12 years. Dark Avenger C86 has been on YouTube now for nearly 12 years. We hit our 12-year anniversary in October. When this video goes up on YouTube, we're in the end of August, going into the beginning of September. So we are literally 1 month away from our 12-year anniversary here on Dark Avenger C86. And for the past year, I have been away. A lot, as all of you know, has been going on in my life from the end of 2020 all the way through until, honestly, even right now. Things are still slowly just starting to settle now. 2020 has been one of the craziest years in my life, and I pray I don't have many more like that. But through all of that, I knew things were not going to be the same for me again. And I'm going to be completely transparent with all of you right now. This video, the way it's formatted, the way I'm working myself, and the way this video is supposed to be, is inspired a lot by CM Punk's return speech he made on AEW Rampage last week. I took it as a sign from whatever you believe in, the universe, God, general deities and gods or whatever have you. It was my sign, because for a while now, this past month, I've been trying to figure out myself, what I want to do as far as content, as far as anything. I've been trying to figure out, where am I going next? So here we are. So Dark Avenger Nation, I only have one question for you. And I mean, again, you're going to know what that is. Can I tell you a story? Can I tell you, Nation, a story? Because I'm going to tell you the story. I'm going to tell you a story. End of 2020, a lot happened. I knew I needed to take some time off. I needed to back away from a lot of things and figure out exactly where I fit in life, where I fit in content creation-wise, and where I fit in general. I will say, the journey I went on is something that it's been an insane ride. And I will say this, I owe 2020 a lot, because it opened my eyes to a lot of things that I was closing my eyes to for a long time. And I don't mean just a couple of months. My eyes were closed to certain things and people for many years. But let me reintroduce myself. I am Chris, the Dark Avenger, Chaotic Falcon. I am the Dark Avenger on YouTube. This channel, I've done many things. You can check out the amazing 11-year history behind this channel, which started from a promo video that led into a walkthrough, playthrough, all the way through to an amazing run of a comic review, to a wide variety of other videos, far and in between, podcasts, videos, reviews, vlogs, a bunch of different things. And I honestly feel like, while I've been here, a lot of you truly haven't met me yet. Looking back, I come from another channel, my original channel, which was Brooklyn Boys 13. That channel is where you will find a lot of really entertaining stuff. Somewhere along the lines at the very beginning of this channel's creation, I feel like I lost myself a little bit. I lost myself in direction. I lost myself in who I was, and just why I'm here and what I want to do with my content on YouTube. Now, I've been away for a year, but I've been doing a lot of live shows in between. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Some of it I made public, some of it I kept quiet. And really quickly this summer, I realized I wasn't becoming a new version of myself. I wasn't throwing away the past me to be, to grow and evolve into something better. I was losing all of the stuff that was connected to that version of me. And I was getting myself back, my true self back. And in doing that, I needed to truly soul search myself to figure out not just who I am and who I was, but who I'm going to be. that was a lot of the journey. And then after that was just trying to figure out, well, what the hell's next? And a lot of you are sitting there going, Chris, you're throwing out a lot of things, but I don't understand. What are you talking about here? Well, one of the things I've noticed, and honestly, it's the craziest thing. Let me psychology all of you for a moment. Because I've been studying psychology for a while. The craziest thing is, one of the things I've noticed about myself over the past 8-9 years especially, I was always an extrovert person. I used to love going out. I used to love doing things in general. And somewhere along the lines, that outgoing dude that had a great time with a few people, making a bunch of videos, by the way, about it, Tom Brooklyn Boys, that person became an introvert. And that wasn't me. And that was one of the first things I realized wasn't me anymore. And over the course of the past 6 months, I made several trips to New York City, Manhattan. For those of you that live in New York, we call it Manhattan. For those of you that don't live in New York, you like to call it New York City. So I've made several visits to the city. I didn't film anything. I didn't take any pictures. Why? Because this was for me. I wanted to know if I still had that urge to want to go out, to want to do things. And then would I want to make content out of it? There are a lot of places in Manhattan that I've yet to even discover. I've been to so many awesome places. I got to finally see Nintendo New York. I found shops and things I never knew existed in Manhattan, and I loved it. And then I sat in I couldn't sit, unfortunately, because of Corona, but I went to a Starbucks. Yes, I go to Starbucks in London. Standing there, and I'm on the block, and I'm thinking, wow, what crazy things could I record that people are going to enjoy watching here? What crazy things can I discover and have people, viewers who watch me, discover? What crazy adventures could we have? And there are so many awesome places. And I've actually asked a few places, I like recording. Would you be open if I came back to me recording? And they said they have a lot of people that come in and do recordings. So there it was. The first thing about me that I knew had to change was I am not an introvert. And somewhere along the lines, I lost that adventurer in me. I lost that urge to see different things. In essence, I met a lot of really awesome people as well while doing all of these awesome trips. And yes, like I said, I didn't record any of them. Slowly, I rediscovered my humor, which I always thought I had, but man, oh man, this is going to be hard to explain even. I feel like now I have a lighter personality again. I am able to have a really fun conversation and laugh and make other people laugh. And I've been streaming on Twitch, Chaotic Falcon 86. I've been streaming on there, and I've met and made so many awesome friends that have introduced me to other communities of people on Discord and even on Twitch. Being out and learning all the different things I've learned in the course of the past 7 or 8 months, I realized I was getting myself back. And I don't want anybody to think I'm shooting at you specifically. I'm not shooting at anyone. And I don't want you to think that you can't do this, because for some people this is needed. So what I'm about to say, no one take offense to if this is something you had to do in your life. What I've learned is it's very easy to hit a reset button. It's very easy to play your own kind of witness protection program, change who you are, what you are, change the way you dress, the way you look. Nowadays, you can change almost everything about yourself, including your name, your hair color. I mean, literally anything about you can change. It's easy to do that. But the thing is, and this is how I feel, and this pertains mostly to me, you can change your exterior. You can change everything about yourself, but you're still going to be the same person inside, no matter what. So if my Xbox doesn't work, changing the casing to my Xbox is not going to fix the problem. It's the stuff on the inside that needs to work. It's the stuff that's inside of the Xbox that needs replacing or fixing. In my case, it would be easy to just hit a reset button for myself, for the channel, for everything. Just reset everything, change everything about it and start fresh. I had good times, I had great times. I've had success, I've had failure. I make mistakes, I make great, beautiful accidents, which turn into amazing things. I grew up in the mindset of help everyone you can, because you know what? There aren't many people in this world right now, when someone needs help, that they will jump. The good news is that is changing, and it is changing fast, where there are more people now that are there for other people. When I was younger, it was very hard to find that person that would be there, be that person to listen, be that person. So I grew up. First of all, you all know I grew up reading Superman, so my inspiration came from the Man of Steel himself. I finally figured out myself a bit, and now I'm trying to figure out where this next chapter in my life is going, content creation wise, because I've got a lot of the personal stuff figured out. And the fact of the matter is, when I started making content on YouTube, I loved entertaining. I loved being that content that some people needed just because. And that is where I'm going moving forward. For those of you that were loving the new stuff that was coming to the channel, most anticipated and stuff like that, comic books will always be a part of this channel. And most anticipated is coming back. But comic books have always been the heart and soul of this channel, and comic books will always be a part of this channel. Dark Avenger is the surtitle to who I am, and that is Chaotic Falcon 86 on Twitch. And that is, I guess if you want to say, in the Falcon universe, there's Celestial Falcon, who's the superhero. In this universe, I am Chaotic Falcon, the streamer, the content creator, the person who wants to make a difference in the world and help as many people as I can without any superpowers. Video games, comic books, life, and all the other crazy things I do. I want to focus on that. And I know a lot of people know this about me. I like to get into something for a little while, and then I stop. And then I'll go back to it, and then maybe I'll stop again for a year or two, and then I'll bring it back for a time. That's an aspect about me that I don't think will ever change, because I've always been like that. If a card series catches my eye, if a comic series catches my eye, I might go a little bit beyond when it comes to buying a certain series or from a certain company, what have you. Video games have always been a huge part of my life as well. I want that to show in this channel, because now there's only Dark Avenger C86, and for those of you that missed it, I did step down from Comic Book Weekly for now, and that's because of everything I just mentioned. If I can't give 100% of myself to a show where all of my friends are giving 100% of themselves, I don't want to be the reason why that show goes down. I don't want to be the reason why that show has even the smallest hiccup, because we worked hard since day one when it comes to Comic Book Weekly. And I knew that I needed to step down again, but this time I'm stepping down until I know I can come back and I know I can give them. And that could be anywhere from, because I know a few of you are asking when. No, Chris, when? The show is seasoned now. It could be a season, it could be 2 seasons, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, it could be 4 years. Who knows? Because I want to be able to figure out my content, and then once I get all that figured out, because that's what this year is going to be, 2021, 2022, I figured myself out mostly. I figured everything out that I need to behind the scenes. Now it's all of you. Content creation has been a part of my life since 19. Before 19, making videos on YouTube has been since I was 19. But I've been making videos, recordings, for years before that. My writing started at age 11. This is a part of my life because I like to help people. I like to be there. Now again, am I going to make it my life? No. This is a wonderful part of my life. That is the journey we're going on this year, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to figure everything out, and we're going to have a fun time. Now, I'm going to tell all of you in advance. You are going to be seeing things on this channel that you might not have seen before. You're going to see the return of things that you might have seen before. Some of you might have liked it, Some of you might not have. And I understand if there are a few of you out there that might unfollow or unsubscribe on YouTube, unsubscribe to the channel. I understand that. I hope you stay, because I am going to make this as much fun and entertaining and informative when it comes to comics and stuff as possible. I want to be a little bit of everything for everyone. Now, as far as Twitch is concerned, I am working on a schedule for Twitch. Then we have one other aspect of my content creating that I do want to touch on. ShootingStarUniverse.com. It's supposed to be a place where I share everything. ShootingStarUniverse.com now is going to be a place where I share my writing. And I have stories to tell. And right now, Celestial Falcon, we are taking a pause on the comic book for a time. I do have other stories that I've written, and some stories that I actually, in my time away, I started to write. I write in a very special way. I don't write in any specific type of form. And I am thinking of sharing some of my writing on ShootingStarUniverse.com. So if you like reading stories, keep an eye on ShootingStarUniverse.com, because I might actually make a timeline of when I'm releasing certain stories. They'll be released in chapter form, and chapters will be anywhere from 2 to 3 pages at a time, and it will all be script. And I want to make this perfectly clear. This was 100% my choice. So anyone who's going to sit there and take credit for what comes next in my life, this is 100% me. No one's influence. Brought to you by no one but me. And that's why it's taken so long. Because this time around, I did a lot of the soul searching myself. All of the things I did were myself. So if anybody comes to any of you and says, well, I helped influence that. This is all by my choice. I have nobody twisting my arm. Nobody's telling me to do this. Nobody's giving me advice on doing this. Nothing. These are my choices and my choices alone. So anything that happens on this channel from this point on is 100% me. I take full responsibility for anything and everything that comes next. However, I do want to say though, I have worked with the most amazing people on YouTube. And hopefully we'll see some people. I'm positive we're going to see some people. I know it in my heart that some people are going to show up on this channel. I can't tell you where, what, why, or how, but I know it will happen. But I will say everyone I've had the pleasure of working with up to this point, I can't say anything bad about anyone I've worked with, because they have been amazing and they have been a huge influence on my life, my content, and everything moving forward. And I look forward to the future, to working with people again, those people again, and maybe even working with more newer people. There's really not much else to say except I'm back. And there's a lot of work to do, and there is a huge adventure ahead of us. Some new things, some old things, and everything in between. And I hope all of you are ready for that. I hope I'm ready for that. I don't know, but we're going to discover that together. And that's the most important thing. So I'll see all of you really soon.